Okay, welcome to day 3 of the 2018 AI and Art project. I am Stephen. If you are here for the first time, which is probably nobody at this point, but maybe you're from the future and you're just catching up, welcome. Day 3 is kind of like day 2 in that everything went sideways in my normal day because house, and I spent most of the day crawling around in the dirt with spiders and installing insulation. So I'm very itchy. We also had painting happening, so we don't have any showers, so I'm really disgusting, and it's very lucky that you're watching me on the internet instead of being in this room with me. But unlike yesterday, I did actually get a few hours tonight. This is again going live late, but got a few hours to actually work on this first project. I talked yesterday about this idea of taking a chatterbot or sort of a neural net sort of framework around text messages and seeing what this sort of echo of ourselves looks like. And so today, I just sort of dived in and got some stuff working. So this is really exciting. It's the first big steps in this process, and I thought I'd just talk through what I saw today, what I've learned in doing this, and yeah, sort of what's next. So I think sort of first things like what is a chatterbot and how does this all work? So a chatterbot, I'll hop over here. A chatterbot is just, this is a framework right here. They sum it up really well. Gunther Cox, I assume that's actually his name, Gunther Cox. So chatterbot is a machine learning conversational dialogue engine for creating chatbots. So what that means is that if you teach this bot some things, you train it with what to say, it will respond with those things and then learn from your conversation with it how to respond appropriately. So they start off not knowing anything, and then you give them examples of conversations, and they use those examples to determine what to say. It's very different than sort of a traditional interaction with the bot where maybe, you know, with Siri, you're saying to Siri, hey Siri, what's the temperature in California? That's a very structured question. Siri knows what it is. But chatterbots are way more open-ended, and so they use a very different model. So what I did today was take Will. So Will is sort of a AI framework that I built, and he is fun. He works on all kinds of stuff. And I just integrated the Chatterbot project into it. And so that actually was surprisingly painless. It took me about an hour to tie that into the core of Will, which was really exciting. I did a big rewrite last year, and today is the day that those months of pain really paid off, because I was able to add something this complex that soon, which is wonderful. So the question sort of is, how does it work? So I've wired all this in, have it up and running, and I've taught it the real basics. So let's sort of see how this works. This is me firing up Will. And the first thing you're going to notice when it fires up is that he runs through all this training. So these training sessions are specific conversations that come with the Chatterbot framework, but give him just sort of some things to say. So this hasn't anything to do yet with you know, my memories, anything about what I know, what I want to tell it, any of that stuff. This is just some basics that the person who wrote that framework and the people who've contributed to it have taught Chatterbot and now Will. We're almost done, so it's going through politics, psychology, science, trivia, and now it's ready for me. So I'm going to say hi. And it takes him a minute, but we've got, how are you doing? Okay, not bad. Do you know any jokes? What do you get when you cross a crazy cow and a band parrot? I don't know. What do you get? And the answer is I don't have a subconscious or unconscious mind, so I don't think I have the capacity to dream. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. And we're starting to see almost immediately the problem with basic chatterbots. Sadness is not an emotion that I like to experience. Okay. What movies do you like? I'm sort of throwing a softball here. And we'll see what we come back with. Alice in Wonderland. Why? These are really natural conversations for you and I to have. And this basic chatterbot is failing really, really badly. So there's a concept in computer science called the Turing test. And the Turing test is basically, can you make an artificial intelligence that fools a casual observer into thinking it's human? And thus far, our chatterbot here does not. He does not at all. It's really pretty bad. But the exciting thing is it's working. And so I will show you why it is so bad right now. We'll cut into here. Here's, I told you, it's sort of queued up with some training data. So this is sort of an interest. What are your interests? This kind of thing. What's your number? I don't have any numbers. So he's given sort of these small conversations that can lead to some sort of natural interactions, but it's harder to make a deeper sort of conversation. A lot of our conversation as people is really contextual, so we're responding to what was just being talked about. And as of right now, this chatterbot is really not capable of doing that. We saw, we asked it a joke. Its response was to say something completely unrelated. It didn't understand what we were doing, any of that. So sort of day 3, we have chatterbot working. It's really stupid. It doesn't make any sense. It makes a little sense, but it's not anything to do with emotions. So that's sort of par for the course. What I'm really excited about today is that I just got it working. So that's great. And then so next steps are really tomorrow to sort of take some of those, God knows how many, like tens of thousands of text messages that I've saved over the years, parse some of those out, feed those in as training, and see what starts to come back. So that's going to be really, really interesting. I don't know how that's going to go, but yeah, we'll try it out. We'll tune in tomorrow and see how this all turns out. So thanks again for watching. Thanks for going on this journey with me. If you have not already hit the subscribe button, do that. It will tell you when these things go up. I do not yet have a consistent schedule for the live streams, but I'll get one figured out. Other thing, I will throw a link for this in the description. Did get the podcast up, so if you're on Apple Podcasts, and I'll get it on other services soon, but if you are on Apple Podcasts and you search for AI+ART 2018, you will see it. It has the classic logo. I could not get there. Classic logo. Lovely. You'll see it up there. Subscribe. All the same content pops over there, and you can enjoy it on your runs or at the gym or in the car or wherever it is that you listen to podcasts that are weird, like this one. That's what I've got. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Okay, now it's time for me to do the awkward thing where I have to hit the stop button. That's super awkward. I'll let Google take it from here. Come on, Google. Yeah, Google.